I am the rocket man they talk about. I jump from star to star, I walk it out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Shibby2142. Today we're playing some more Crysis 3 Capture the Spears. One of my favorite game modes. Is that you, Shibby? Yes. Alright, so we're playing on whatever map this is. The only map name I really know is Skyline, because that map is awesome. Alright, so we're using our lovely SMG here, that being the FY7, which I used in my first Crysis 3 gameplay, picking up that dog tag and getting shot behind by some person. I had no idea where he was. Yeah, I don't know. So that just kind of happens like that. All right, let's talk about what I think about Crysis 3 multiplayer so far. I haven't touched the single player at all. I'll talk about what I think is great, what I think is a little broken right now, and the loadout. So first, I might as well start with the loadout. I already mentioned I'm using the FY7 SMG. You get this fairly early on when you're ranking up. I believe this gameplay is rank 23 or 24, and I'm now rank 36 or so, and that is from the double XP weekend that just ended. It was a lot of fun, a lot of active players, and just some good stuff in general. In this gameplay, I'm using the reflex sight. The last sight you get that you might think is a little interesting is called basically the assault rifle laser, which makes you use iron sights but gives you the laser sight, which will make your hip fire accuracy better. But honestly, I just like the reflex sight, which I'm using right now, like the proper reflex scope. And I think I do better with that because I really try not to fire from the hip too much with this thing. And I'm just more of a guy that just scopes down and, you know, kind of works out that way. I'm also using the foregrip. You can also probably use the extended mags. However, the extended mags only adds 5 rounds to your magazine. So you'll have from 35 to 40. Now, obviously, if it like doubled it, that would be pretty awesome. But only adding 5 rounds, I really don't think it's worth it, so I think the foregrip is where it's at. And then for the tip of your barrel, right now I'm using the silencer, but I think my favorite is the match barrel, basically the heavy barrel, which gives you kind of more stability, and just feels like the weapon overall is more like an assault rifle then, and it just works for me really well. So that's what I think I'd suggest to you guys. All right, so what is really good so far in Crysis 3 multiplayer? It's just how the nano suit works, how fluid the game is. You might be wondering, like, Shibs, how are you running so fast right now? Because I'm playing on the PC version, and right now my field of view is maxed out, I believe, at 80. You can try and set it to 90 or higher, but I think 80 is actually what the game will limit you at. And yeah, turning off the HUD bob and the motion blur, it's just a lot more crisp and a lot more fun. It just feels like I'm moving really quick. And I'm moving quicker, not just because of FOV. Well, FOV doesn't really increase your speed, but it makes you seem like that. You know, I'll put that out there. But I'm using maneuverability. That is one of the perks I'm using. Highly, highly suggest it. I'm also using Hunter, I believe, which I just maxed that out today. So this is after this gameplay is done. And it's okay. So maybe I'll switch off Hunter and use something else. And then one thing I would recommend is keeping auto armor on. It's I think a little overpowered in my opinion, but it's really good. So don't switch off auto armor. I do suggest keeping that on there. It'll really help you out. And right now, if you guys are kind of confused, when I kill someone and go over their body, I collect a dog tag, and then I get pretty much score streaks, sort of. They're not really kill streaks, they're like score streaks, support streaks, whatever you want to call them, you know, whatever the game technically names them as. So I got some kind of orbital strike. That was the first time I ever used that. I just called in a gunship, and then pretty soon here I'm going to get the max suit, which I use too early. You should be using the max suit only when you're about to die and you have a bunch of enemies, because it only lasts for about, I think it's like 20 seconds or 15 seconds, and you're not invincible, but you're pretty beefy, so you don't want to waste it, kind of like I did early on. You'll see when I use it, and there will be a timer on the middle left side of the screen. Let us now switch gears to something I think Crysis 3 multiplayer can work on. This is not game breaking because it can be fixed. As long as the developers are active, then this game will continue to be successful. Right now, in my opinion, I think the Alpha Jackal, which is the auto shotgun, is a little too overpowered in terms of range and just ammo and how fast it shoots. It really is pretty much a noob cannon and is very frustrating to play against. I think using any SMG, maybe the Typhoon's a little overpowered as well, but this FY7 I think is perfectly fine, and you know, not overpowered in any way. It's just a good weapon. So I think that's kind of like respectable. Right now I am using a max suit. Anyways, back on my little rant here is that, yes, the auto shotgun is a little too crazy right now, and I think it could be balanced. I'm not sure what you guys think. You know, if you're a big fan of the auto shotgun, you just run around with it and just noob it up, like that's your style. I mean, that's perfectly fine. But I think something like the Marshall, which is the pump shotgun, is a lot more respectable when it's not completely auto. And the Typhoon is just kind of silly. So I'm just speeding up the gameplay here. Towards the end, we just go and capture another spear, and then the gameplay is pretty much over. So I ended that 21 kills, 0 assists, and 3 deaths. You know, kind of a quick round. Playing the objective, just running around, messing around. And that's kind of that. So, yeah, overall, I'm really enjoying Crysis 3 multiplayer so far. It definitely has a different vibe than, let's say, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Team Fortress because of the suit and the invisibility and just how the maps are. Like, maps are very vertical, and they're a lot of fun. They're very interesting. So the game modes are great so far. I mean, I would recommend it. Nothing like crazy that's like made me like hate the game at all. Just some weapons need to be tuned, and that's something that will happen during the development cycle. Yeah, so that's kind of what I think. You guys may disagree, but that is what it is. Anyways, guys, my name is Shibby2142. The video is coming to an end. Looks like I just ranked up to 23 right there, and yeah, that's some Crysis 3 gameplay. More coming soon. Subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.